So eutaptics was created, and the reason why we created it is because I call it FasterEFT. All right, why did I call it FasterEFT? Well, the history of my growth, I've already told you, I went, church is one, NLP is another, and then I bought EFT in 1999. EFT was the most effective system I found that create fast changes. The fastest one. Of all the stuff I tried, it's fast. But it's cumbersome. The belief system is not what I call a healthy belief system. It causes all problems and disrupt your energy system. And so my mission was to figure out why we have problems, how do we have problems, and how to change problems. What's the cause of all problems? And so I'm looking at belief. What is a belief? How do beliefs work? And then over time, after all the different modalities, I can't tell you how many, but I started out church, secondly, NLP, third, EFT, fourth, be set free fast, tap and breathe, TAPIS acupressure, thought field therapy. I did psych. I did so many different things. Hypnosis. I did all these things, and I kept looking. I said, all right, what is it about EFT that works? And I said, okay, the piece that makes it work is this one piece. And some of the things later on, I figured out exactly why what we're doing works. And again, my thinking is if you cut out the fluff and get right to the stuff, you go there, you change this, it saves a lot of time. Does that make sense? And the reason why this is so effective is it goes right to the real cause, which is internal representations. How are you internally inside yourself representing that? We change that, the problem changes. It saves loads of time. And I think we should spend more money not in therapy but on vacation. You know what I'm saying? That's what we should spend our money on, not in therapy. And I think you had a bad experience. The last time you experience it is with our system, because you'll never experience it again when you change it. It's done, it's over with, move on. So that's my goal. And my whole purpose is I'm going to pull you out of your own mess. I'm going to educate you. I'm going to empower you. And I'm going to send you away with a mission to say, my life changed, you need to change, go to eutaptics. Everybody needs to know how to be in control of themselves. And we are working now currently on a project. It's called Emotional Ed, which is training for teachers and parents to teach emotional education to our children. You know, that's where our problems started at. A lot of our problems start in childhood. So that's what we're doing. And that's our mission. So as you can see, eutaptics is a unique word. It's basically a Greek word. It means you, taptics. Taptics means it has tap in it. It also has tactics. That means you help yourself. That's all it means. But it's a professionally trained system. And when I'm out there in the world and I say I use FasterEFT, and some of the guys out there said I use FasterEFT, and I say, no thank you, I've already tried EFT and it didn't work. And they will say, it's not EFT, it's FasterEFT. I said, I know, I tried it. And they think FasterEFT is EFT. And some people say, well, FasterEFT is faster because you tap less points. FasterEFT is not a tapping system. It's a mind system. It's not about tapping. As a matter of fact, all this week, the amount of time I'm going to teach you how to tap will be less than 30 minutes. You're going to learn how your brain works. You're going to learn how to change it. Tapping is simple. I can teach a child to do it in less than 3 minutes. A psychologist, it'll take 30. That's a joke, by the way. If you're a psychologist, I like you. All right. Eutaptics. So what's the difference in FasterEFT and eutaptics? There are some major differences, and there's a lot of common threads. It's the same operating system, but we updated and add more good things that work. I train FasterEFT people. I did a level 1 in 2 days, and they get a certificate. They attended, they got a certificate. Level 2, I do 1 and 2 in a single week. They get a certificate. All right. The difference in now in eutaptics is you don't get a certificate until you've proven that you know what you need to know. So we test you, we refine you, we perfect you. So now when anybody gets one of my students, guess what you're going to get as a session? A really good session, because they're well trained. When you go to a FasterEFT person, in the past, depends on how much they've had training. Now in the later years, say from 2010 all the way to 16 or 17, when I stopped training FasterEFT, I still made you do more work than other modalities such as EFT. I have you do a lot of sessions, a lot of swaps, turn in your notes, etc. So the difference is you get a better training, I have more logical understanding, and you get a lot of powerful processes to change you first. And I noticed that the biggest problem that we have in any modality is this, that I hear it all the time: I can help other people, but I don't know how to help myself. I help other people, but I can't work on myself. So I thought that's a major emotional issue when it comes to modalities. So now my goal is to train you to work on yourself. And I'm going to train you how to do it in a big way. And when you go out and you start helping other people, you know what you're actually doing. You know what you're dealing with. And you actually understand what's going on inside of their brain and in yours too. So now you're going to get a better training and a better system. So FasterEFT, eutaptics, doesn't mean we tap faster. Doesn't mean that at all. It's not because we tap less points. It's because we have an entire understanding of how the mind works and how to make big changes quickly. Again, right now, your concern this week is learning the material, learn how to work on yourself. You got it? Know the material, work on yourself. Perfect the art of personal change. And because you're going to use this when you come to level 2 and we introduce you to work on other people. All right? Level 2 is where we introduce you how to work on other people. We're going to show you how to go into their unconscious and help them make adjustments, and yours too. And then you get free sessions from that point forward with each other practicing, all the way up until you die. So we have, let's see, Rita and Mark, they're both level 4s, and we got Linda. And Linda, I venture to say you have a practitioner you call when you have problems. Yes. Tapping buddy, yep. Yes. Mark, you got one? How many you got? That you actually trade with back and forth? Oh, 3. 3? Rita, you got how many buddies you call, say I got a problem, help me? 2. All right. So here's the beautiful part. They're level 4, they're fully certified. And you know what the nice thing is? They have a lifeline to their buddies, say, I've got a problem I'm going through. They call them up, they do a session, they feel better. And they swap, they trade back and forth. So that is a gift for a lifetime. And matter of fact, I venture each one of these guys who are level 4s, they'll say, I have friends that are probably closer to me than my real family. Closer to me than my real family. And by the way, because in our system, we realize you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. If you got a problem, you just got something you need to make an adjustment on. That's it. No judgment, no criticism. We're here to help you. That means everybody grows together. This is a life changer, a game changer for you. And take a picture of yourself this week, because when you get done, you go to level 4, look at yourself then. You won't look the same. You won't act the same. Your life had been shifted. Look at Anita, amazing woman here. I won't say she was a mess when she came to see us. I won't.
You know, when I spoke this morning, I talked about how I came to level 1. I didn't talk about all the intangible benefits that I got. So I just came to become a practitioner and to learn. But what Robert's talking about as far as the friendships you make and the people that you make that become your family, and then I don't want to go to level 2 without these people. And not only, again, like we were talking about the triggers, these are opportunities to grow. So there's so many benefits to what you're doing now, and that you're going to continue. And each level, you're learning something more and more. And yeah, I didn't talk about that this morning, so I wanted. So you're not just becoming a practitioner. You're getting. I mean, every time you come, there's more triggers to work on. There's more things that come up for you, and you just start to transform. And I remember, I tell this story a lot, that when we went from level 2 and we all got together at a restaurant to level 3 with Rita and Linda, I looked at everybody's faces and I said, wow, we look different. Like, we look completely different. So there's transformations.
Yeah, a whole week. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great gift. And it's almost like the fountain of youth. It really is. It really is. You start looking better and feeling better.
Another thing to discuss too is when you have your tapping buddies, and they're going through the way that you're supposed to go through a session. There's a lot of blind spots that you have, and there are a lot of things that come up when they're doing the sessions that you don't see,
Yeah.
and then it's one thing for a psychiatrist to point something out. It's another thing for you to make a connection as you start speaking, and then the person says, "You just said blah 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 blah," and then you say, "No, I didn't." Well, yes, you did. You just said this. And sometimes I've done this where I'll say things. I say, I don't remember saying that. And I say, yeah, you said it right here. I just wrote this down. And then there'll be these interesting. You'll start noticing these patterns. And as you start doing the sessions and noticing these patterns, you'll start to notice the patterns yourself.
Yeah.
And you'll become more emotional, and that's how you become more emotionally intelligent. Your mind is a muscle, and you're flexing the muscle in a different direction. You're flexing it one way now, but you'll start to flex it a little bit differently, and you'll start noticing these patterns a little bit better.
Yeah, very good. That's so true. We have an amazing way to get inside yourself and elicit whatever it is